So we were talking earlier about Tiger Woods' impact on golf, and yesterday at the British Open, the fact that I mentioned I couldn't wait to see what the ratings were because I fully expected them to be the highest we have seen in a while, and they are. Darren Ravel, ESPN business reporter, NBC's final round of the Open gets the highest overnight final round rating since Tiger won at Royal Liverpool in 2006. Last final round that beat yesterday's was Tiger's win at St. Andrews in 2000. So essentially, this is the highest when Tiger's involved. 2000 St. Andrews, that was higher. This is
for British Open.
Yes. Royal Liverpool 2006, I guess, was higher, and then there's this one. And so Stoney mentioned that Tiger Woods was the story, and on the morning show, and Stoney said, I'm getting hammered by ticket texters by saying Tiger Woods is a story. Tiger Woods is a story. And the backlash is interesting to me because it's an examination of the human condition. If you don't like Tiger because of his bland interviews, fine. If you don't like Tiger because he was unfaithful to his wife, fine. If you don't like Tiger because you think that he is on performance-enhancing drugs, fine. But if you don't like Tiger because so many other people do, that's more about you than it is anything else. Like the counterculture of hey, I want other people that like this guy to suffer is a weird thing to be rooting for. And you might say, well, I don't like the hype. The hype is people's interest. Like, they're interested in how this personality is doing. And they're interested because they want to see the return of the phenomenal athlete. He was phenomenal back in the day. And those of you that have been saying he's back and he's going to win again, you might have, like, saying it today is weak. Saying it today is like calling it after it's obvious. Those who have been saying it for a while, you look vindicated. He'll win again. He'll win again, and he'll probably win a major again.
Maybe.
And
maybe not, though.
Well, of course, maybe not. But it seems far more feasible now than it did a week ago. And the rooting against him because he's so popular, I think, is weird.
But that happens with every sport and every kind of popular athlete. There are people that root against Steph Curry because he's just why? Because he's popular.
I know.
People root against Michael Jordan. Why? Because he's popular.
I guess what I'm saying is I really don't like those people.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like those people that...
Put them on the list, Kang.
I don't have a long list, but it's unbelievable that it creates any kind of backlash.
Well, but with
he's
Tiger...
so good for the sport. In fact, he's probably the best thing that's ever happened to the sport in the modern era.
He is the best thing that's ever happened to the sport. But there are people that don't like Tiger for a variety of reasons.
Well, I listed all those.
Yeah, well, you're right. And I think that does. He was insanely popular and then had the big downfall because of the infidelities with his wife. And I think people have a hard time getting past that.
That's fine. I think that's a good enough reason to root against him.
And then there's a crappy reason why people root against him, and that's the color of his skin. But there are people that will root against him for that.
Well, those people I don't even want to address.
I totally, and I'm with you on that. But I'm just saying, there are people that may keep the racism veiled, but that's the prevailing reason.
People root for him because of the color of his skin.
You're 100% right.
But at the end of the day, that was great yesterday. It was great. It was great for everyone involved that cares about the sport. And if you care about the sport and you're mad because Tiger was the headliner on a day he didn't win, I really think you need to examine the priorities. What is it? It's so healthy for the guys that you love. And it's interesting because his group produced the winner, right? His playing partner was the winner.
Right.
And his playing partner benefits as much as anyone. And today, Molinari is a bigger name than he would have been if he weren't playing with Tiger. And winning the British is a big deal, but eyes were on him because he was the other guy. And by the way, there's something kind of Dan Leach about Francesco Molinari, isn't there?
What do you mean by that? Is he drinking monster sauce?
No, he's not. He's the opposite in terms of personality. His build, the way he walks. If you want to, if Dan Leach lost some weight, Dan Leach would be in the mold of an American Francesco Molinari.
Francesco Molinari.
Yeah.
I see it a little bit, but the problem is that Leach always has a smile on his face, and Molinari's best smile is like the Mona Lisa smile.
Yeah.
It's not much. It's not really there.
I'm just talking about his build.
I know, but I'm just saying it's hard to really put it all together. I do see it, though.
It's hard to compare Leach to anybody.
Yeah,
because
that is
Leach
hard.
is so out there,
Yeah.
but it's just so I'm watching him
Does
walk.
Molinari wear beads? No?
I don't think so. I'm watching him walk to pick up his golf ball after he makes a shot,
Does he have a space coat?
and he reaches down to pick, and I'm like, that could be Dan Leach. Dan Leach. I'm envisioning Dan Leach winning the British Open.
Try to envision Dan Leach playing golf with Tiger Woods and see how many holes that would last before Tiger got rid of Dan Leach.
They wouldn't get through the first hole. In fact, it wouldn't even make it to the tee box. Leach, if they were introduced 5 minutes before teeing off,
It's just not to be in your presence. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm here playing with Tiger Woods.
Every hole, he would be saying that to him.
Yep.
Every hole, before every.
That's just a
putt,
great shot.
drive.
I mean, it's a great shot. It takes you 3 shots to get to where you're at on your tee shot. I can't do that. It's amazing.
I cried 5 times before you teed off.
Here, selfie. Can we get a selfie?
People think it's a sweat. It's not sweat. It's actually tears. It's Leach tears coming all down my shirt. It's saline sauce all over. I don't know what to do.
Do you see any Dan Leach in Molinari?
I don't think I can say this in a nice way, and I don't want to be mean. But I mean, did you say if he was better looking? Is that what you said?
I said if Leach lost some weight.
Oh, because if he was, yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, plead the fifth. I really don't see it, Doug, but.
I mean, Dan knows what I'm talking about, right? He looks a little bit like Molinari.
He's got a little.
Frankie Molinari and Dan Leach, same guy. 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Get your Champ and Chump votes in. All right, Gator. Let's get to the Tiger trade rumors next hour. Plus, Lions training camp opens later this week. We had a Lions question that got a flurry of Twitter responses. We'll give you that on the air at 11:05 on 97.1.